Hello, thank you so much for tuning in to Family Success TV. I am Dr. Wilbert Mutoko, and I've been a marriage coach and relationship coach for the past 2 decades, together with my wife, Coach Princess. And these two ladies are part of the products of our marriage by God's grace. One is not here, he's a gentleman. You will see him one day, but that's not why we are here. You have seen me with Lady P. We did a few videos, but today we are joined with a sister. Do you want to mention your name?
You can mention.
She's called Praise, but she calls herself Daisy. Daisy, we like giving ourselves names. So we are here to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness. And I'm gonna learn a lot as my teammates will be talking. And I hope you are going to enjoy. So this is Lady P, Prayer, and this is Daisy, Praise. And I'm Wilbert. Enjoy. We leave it to
Daisy. Okay, so in the Greek word, forgiveness refers to exhaling. Remember, when we breathe in, we also breathe out. So forgiveness refers to you breathing out. So contrary to popular belief, people think that forgiveness means that I've given another person power for them to be stronger than me or for them to feel more important than me. But rather, forgiveness is about you releasing yourself. Forgiveness is a natural process. Remember, when we breathe in, we also need to breathe out. If you hold in the air for too long, it doesn't benefit you.
Let me try.
How long will you be able to hold it?
So he just demonstrated it. You need to
Let it go.
let it go. So I'll now give the time to
Lady P. So, okay, I was reading a book. I think, okay, I will try and name it below. But it was a story of a lady who she was a supervisor in a company, right? And her junior would take the invoices of the company, right? And he would change the things like in the things so that it seems like there is money going into the company, but rather it's going into his account. So when it got found out, the people were like, "No, man, the supervisor and the junior, they're eating together. They're together." So it's frustrating for this lady because she's like, "No, I know it cannot be me." But everyone has heard that story. It cannot be me. You're the supervisor. You always signed these things that, okay, no, this is fine, truly. But today you want to refuse that it's not part of your job. So she gets to a place where she's in depression, she has anxiety, she gets to the office while the forensic investigation is going on, right? She's still going every day, she's going to work, and people don't talk to her. The same neighbor who would say, "Hi, love you, how are you? Did you wake up well? How is your children?" They don't do that anymore because they see her as
As a thief.
as a thief. They don't see her as a truthful person. In their mind, they're like, "I'll never forgive you." So you're the one who's making our salaries to go down. So it was you who's eating. So in their mind, they are doing what is right. The junior also, he's also advocating that, you know what, I was eating with this woman as well. So imagine how that literally shifts her life. And as time goes on, she is also on her bed one night, and the devil is whispering to her, "Why don't you just kill yourself? There is no way these people are gonna believe you. You don't have a lawyer. The company is gonna sack you. You might as well just, go with your children." So what she was trying to explain was that when you don't forgive, you can't move on. When you don't forgive, when you can't let go, there are voices that come to you, thoughts that come to you because of that. Maybe it's your stepfather who abused you, your stepmother who abused you, whatever happened, and you can't forgive that somebody. You move 2024, you have that baggage, you move it to 2025. That baggage of 2025, you move it. So you have 3 years baggage or 15 years baggage that is on your back that you can't let go of. And you can't move on, you can't succeed. She told us that she later on, she couldn't, on the storyline, she couldn't finish up the story. But basically, what she was saying was like, forgive. because now she's running her own company. She was cleared, though it took time. I think she said 3 years.
Yeah, she was later
3 years
Mm.
of waiting upon God or whatever to say, you know what, Lord, please, it's not me.
Clean my
I've
name.
I've never eaten a kobo. It's more painful when you haven't eaten not even a single kobo.
There's one
At least
thing-
you have eaten marabat now.
There's one thing that she said that really touched me. She said, some matters you need to say, God, if you don't help me, no one is going to help me. That was the prayer she said. And she was later on cleared, right? And upon being cleared, the same people who were talking bad about her now came back. They're like, oh, hey, how are you doing? They're now trying to be happy, to cheer her up. And she was just there. She was like, I need to let it go. I need to exhale, you know. So I think that was just the story, and also an emphasis to show that some things are easy to forgive. That's one thing she was also mentioning. Sometimes if somebody steps on your toe, like literally, if I step on her toe right now and I say sorry, she can easily say I've forgiven you.
Yeah.
You know. But things like people shaming you or a person abusing you, that takes a lot to let it go.
Painful.
Your bestie taking your husband
Yo.
or your wife. Yes, it's harder to
It's
forgive.
very painful.
Because you are thinking, but why you? Why you? If it was somebody else,
Yeah.
and the enemy wants those people close to you to use them so that you can really feel hurt. So thank you, ladies, for sharing. Unforgiveness is dangerous. Somebody once said that when you don't forgive, it's like you are keeping acid in your container. In the end, the acid corrodes the container. There are people that we haven't forgiven. It could be your husband, it could be your wife, it could be your child, it could be your parent. Some people have not even forgiven people who have long died. You still have them in your heart. You say, never. How could he do that? But he's long gone. Some people, do you know, ladies, some people, they haven't forgiven God. They think God did something wrong to them and they are angry with God. Imagine now if you are angry with God, who will help you?
No one.
No one will help you. So it doesn't matter who did what, who said what. Let us learn to forgive and move on. It helps you more because have you seen that there are people that hurt you and they go on with their life and they post on their WhatsApp status enjoying life
That's
while you are miserable and you are crying and you are busy checking their status. They are not checking yours.
Where are they now? Let me check it.
Yeah, you are still checking because you have the pain. They don't care, they have forgotten and they don't mind it. So let's learn to forgive. Who is that person you need to forgive right now? Guess what, ladies, as we close, I wanted to say we also need to forgive ourselves. What do you think of that?
That's very
It can be easy to forgive others.
A deep one, yeah.
But we judge ourselves, we crucify ourselves every day. Why did I do? It already happened.
Let it
Forgive
go.
yourself, let yourself go.
So that you can move on.
Yes. And I'm just reminded of the Lord's Prayer where Jesus was teaching people to pray, Lord, forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. So the assumption is before you come to God to ask for forgiveness, have you forgiven others? Have you forgiven others? You want to be forgiven. You want to be understood, but you can't let others go. May God have mercy on us. What's your last words, Daisy?
Hi, forgive.
Thank you, Daisy. Let it be.
Forgive, darling.
Forgive. By the way, do they know that we are 5-star worshippers as well? We sing. We can start a song right now. Forgive. We love you guys. Cheers.